because they've already seen each other one time, and so they are learning. They know how they got played the first time, and they're not going to get beat the same way twice.
Yeah, teams figure each other out, and this is one of the toughest scouting conferences out there. Coaches know that they have to make changes. Working it inside, the double team it high off the glass. Overbeck with the bucket.
You got to love that. She's not as tall as a lot of post players, but she just did a great job of keeping the ball away and using that left. Really nice shot from Brianna Edwards.
So just Overbeck at 6'1". There's Huff, and a great start for the Utes, the 3-ball.
And you got to watch that. You got to get a hand up. Do not let her get hot early, because she will just continue to knock them down.
Big key coming into this one for USC was definitely their defense. They focused so much on it. Great movement by Overbeck, and a good look inside. She cannot get it. It's kicked back out, though. Second chance. Moore on the drive, guarded by Gilton. Little contact, no good. Edwards comes down with it.
Nice grab by Edwards. It looked like Mignon might have slipped coming into the paint on that shot. Made it come up a little bit short.
She is so quick and gets going so fast. And there's a miscue high to low as Moore did not finish that backdoor cut.
Just some miscommunication, but you get to see Huff doing a nice pick and pop. That's something that when you have a post player that can shoot, that's a really, really dangerous play for the defense, because that post player is wide open and Megan Huff can knock it down.
She can. The versatility, you mentioned that earlier too. I think she's one of the toughest matchups in the conference because she can play like a guard, but she's big and can post jump.
She really is. You have to make a decision. Do you put a bigger post player on her that might not be as mobile enough to be able to keep her in front of them? Or do you put someone smaller and then she just takes them in the paint and goes up and has the size advantage?
Mariya Moore sticks the jumper, the senior, the transfer. Sat out last year, the sister of Mignon, as Beans on the drive. She gets fouled. Take a look at Mariya Moore. What a great addition, the transfer out of Louisville.
She is, and she's so alike her sister in some ways and so different. She's a little bit bigger, she plays bigger, she plays a little bit more like a post player, and you can kind of see that. She uses her size on that shot, just rises up and knocks down a nice little jumper from the elbow.
First free throw good for Erica Bean, one of 3 seniors for Utah. Yep, back to Moore. She's a player that has been averaging 12 points per game, but struggled the last couple games. They're got to be happy to see her hit that first shot, as the free throw no good for Bean, and the rebound down to USC.
And USC is kind of like that. They're streaky shooters. They've got people that can shoot, but they also have a tendency to go through a little bit of some lulls.
Tough, aggressive drive by Moore. She has come to play. Mariya Moore, back-to-back hoops.
Well, you've got to think that they're coming in here with Utah having a target on their back. Utah isn't flying under the radar anymore. They knocked down Stanford. They haven't lost. They've only lost 2 in the Pac-12. They're having a great season. USC's coming to play.
They kick it out again. Huff, she's connecting out behind the arc.
And we'll see what adjustments USC makes defensively. They can't continue to just let her roll off of those picks and just be wide open from the top of the key.
Mark Track said, you know, they're going to run. The transition D is important, as there's a great high-to-low take by Jatavia Tapley.
That was a nice job just putting some pressure on Megan Huff defensively. She had to make a decision. Are you going to try to block my shot and potentially pick up a foul, or are you going to let me make the layup?
And that's what you have to do with Utah as well. How do you defend them? They drive, they like to run, but they can hit the 3 as well. And so it's pick your poison sometimes.
They are. They're just so well-rounded. Like you said, they can drive, they can shoot, but they're also phenomenal passers, too. And they've got people that can step up. Erica Bean, she may not be leading the team in scoring, but she can get to the rack, and she can put points on the board.
Another aggressive drive. Jatavia Tapley, that time off the mark. Utes out running. Positive for both of these teams is they have multiple scoring options. That you can't just hone in on one player. As Gilton on the drive, she gets fouled, and she'll get free throws.
Well, at this point, that's what it takes to be successful in the Pac-12. You can't just have 1 or 2 players, or you will not win games in this league. This league is too good. It's too well-rounded. The talent is too deep. You've got to have a great team effort every game, day in and day out, or else you're not going to put together enough wins to be one of those elite teams in this league.
Drew Gilton, the redshirt freshman out of Rapid City, South Dakota. First free throw good. After losing Denisha Provo, the senior starter, players like Torres, who just checked in, players like Edwards, Gilton at the line, and then Mariya Moore, who's gotten the starting spot, they elevated their game. If that doesn't happen, Megan Huff maybe wouldn't be doing what she's doing. However, you got to give her a lot of credit. You lose a player like Denisha Provo that's averaging double figures, and she's still against the top-ranked teams getting double-doubles.
Yeah, and not just the person that's averaging double figures. It's not just the production. It's just the growth and the maturity that she brings to this squad. It's nice to see others step up.
Huff trailing at the free throw line all by herself, but then fakes one way, gives it back to Gilton. Very unselfish is this Utah team.
Very unselfish. That's the only word that comes to mind. You just see it like, oh, do you want it? You want it? No, you take it this time.
It worked out for him that time, as on the drive, it's Mazik, and Mazik saying, give me a little bit more space.
Nice job, Drew Gilton, sacrificing your body, but you see this steal and a bucket going down the other way. Everybody is so unselfish. Kick it back to Huff. Nope, you take it. Back to Gilton. Able to knock it down. You got to love the teamwork on that play.
That was good effort on the defense, trying to split the difference, but a 3-on-1, and the Utes take advantage, and they're up by 3. This crowd getting into it. It's the pink game. We're celebrating girls and women in sports, nationally recognizing that through this time period, and there's a turnover, and that's one area that Lynn Roberts told us, said, we can't foul, but we also can't turn it over. Got to be careful against USC. They force a lot of turnovers on teams.
They do, and that's the second kind of unforced turnover that they've had tonight, just off of just a miscommunication, kind of an errant pass. So they'll need to make sure to not make that a habit.
Mazik on the curl and holding her left hand. I don't know if she jammed a finger or the wrist, but she's coming back gingerly. Good defense by Overbeck on Huff, and Mazik is in pain, and that is a tough thing to see for USC. She is such a key part to the Trojans, both offense and defense, and she will go take a seat as they'll look at her hand or wrist. Alexis Aaron's in, number 0, the redshirt freshman. And a whistle and a foul called against the Utes.
Well, she's such a dangerous shooter. She does some great things defensively, but she also is such a good shooter. It just looked like she hit maybe the outside of her.
Yeah. Kind of grabbed that left hand wrist area, because she was shooting with her right hand. She's a right-handed shooter. And a foul called against the Utes. It puts Mariya Moore to the free throw line. The senior out of Hercules, California. Transferred from Louisville, sat out last year. The opportunity to play with her sister Mignon, who's a junior for the Trojans, but two-time All-ACC member, second teamer, WBCA All-American, honorable mention member as well. It's quite the career she had going at Louisville.
She did, and she just brings that steady Betty kind of to USC. Just grabbing rebounds, playing just good, solid defense, and just contributes a nice 6 or 7 points a game.
Sarah Porter's checked in for the Utes, 24 in pink. Good second effort by her. The miss from Torres, but the rebound to Porter, the grad student out of San Diego. Porter left corner, off the rim, no good. It's into the hands of Aaron. USC was trying to push the tempo. The Utes able to get back, and now it's Mignon Moore to set things up.
They're still doing a really nice job defensively, trying to keep Utah out of the paint. Need to make sure not to give up too many open threes, because Utah's very dangerous.
Good aggressive drive by Alexis Aaron, but it's blocked by Megan Huff. And it's a timeout on the court with the Utes. Just the jumble and the fight for those top seeds, and it's going to be very interesting.
It's really anyone's tournament. You've got, yes, Oregon, Oregon State, the top people in the conference, but all 1 through 12 are teams that can have an upset on any given night. It's going to be exciting to watch.
You truly don't look past anyone. As out of the timeout, a good curl and a finish by Mignon Moore. And she ties things up here in the first quarter. It's going to be interesting to see how this second half finishes up. Some tough and important matchups this weekend to kind of kickstart the second half.
Well, when you're running through the remaining schedule that each team has, it's like, oh, wow, that's a tough schedule. Then you look at the other one. Oh, wow, that's a tough schedule. You look, oh, wow, everybody has a tough schedule to finish out the year.
I guess nobody has an easy schedule, I guess is the way it's the way it looks. Oh, Edwards' shot rolls in and out. A break for USC. A good sign for USC as Mazik is back in. There's Aaron way behind the three-point arc, and a rebound down to Edwards. Glad to see Aaliyah Mazik back on the court. Bean, aggressive drive and finish. Nobody for USC was expecting that.
She does such a nice job of just waiting, and then when no one's paying attention, she will score on you. She'll either get to the free throw line, she'll get a layup. So you have to pay attention. You cannot lose track of Erica Bean.
Quick shot. I wasn't expecting that either. Mariya Moore connecting. She has come to play. Moore's numbers 0 for 4 against Washington. 2 points against Washington State last weekend, but doing other things. How about 7 assists, no turnovers against Washington, even though she didn't score? There's a high-low look. Edwards to Torres, freshman to freshman.
You gotta love that freshman to freshman, and big girl passing it down low to a wing player. You gotta love just the vision that these Utah youths have, and at such young ages, just freshmen.
They're getting the opportunities, and they're definitely stepping up and taking advantage. I'll crossover dribble, giving her some space, but just short for Moore.
I think I'm going to label them Froshmores.
I think you're right. I like that. You need to patent that. Gilton out running. Layup is good. Utah back up by 3. This is the pace we kind of expected for these two teams. They can run. They can push.
And they can pass. I think that's one of the big things. Is you kick it up, a lot of times that'll lead to turnovers. Utah hasn't done that so far in this game.
Mentioned passing. How about passing from the high post?
Yeah, and that's just a little bit of defense, hands down. Edwards is able to just pick the defense apart, finds her teammate, roll into the basket. Nice, pretty look, probably exactly how Coach drew it up.
Dreana Edwards, a freshman out of Las Vegas. What an impact she's made. Skip out. There's Nia Becker, another freshman for Utah. Edwards, no look hook.
I was wondering if that was going to go in. It went in before she even looked back up at it.
Spinning around and gets it. Mazik, it's what she does so well. Nothing but net. I think the wrist is feeling okay.
I was just thinking that. Doesn't seem to be bothering her. But that's good because her not being able to shoot or having something that maybe questionable about her shot changes the way defenses play USC. And so if they're able to sag off, it makes them just play a completely different game.
30% three-point shooting team is USC as they work it inside this time. And there's a good finish from Asia Jones, the redshirt sophomore who's checked in.
Does a nice job just sealing the post player off with her body and finishing with that offhand.
This last season out with an injury, had the red shirt. I love the production she's making this year. Edwards tries the up and under, can't get it. Moore gonna push. Aaron keeps running, gets the lay-in. USC kicking it up, and they have the lead.
Nice poise by Shalexis Aaron. That play took a minute to develop, and she just kept dribbling, kept the ball alive, and was able to get a layup out of it.
USC has quieted this crowd a bit. Under a minute left here in the first quarter. Huff guarded by Mariya Moore. Skip to Porter, she can hit it. Too much on it. And an opportunity for USC to extend the lead.
USC adjusting how they're playing Megan Huff. They're not helping off. They're switching. They're making sure she's not open on any of those screen and rolls.
Alexis Aaron coming off the Pac-12 Freshman of the Week honors. Incredible numbers last week. Mazik so strong, can't get it. Offensive rebound down to Jones, and they'll stay here. They'll call the foul against Utah.
Nice job staying with that play. Asia Jones, again, does a nice job blocking out the Utah player with her body, able to come up with that and able to actually draw a foul on the play.
Richard sophomore from Sacramento, California. Mark Track excited about this group. He's got 6 freshmen coming in. He only loses 2 starters off of this team. So A lot to look forward to. He's only in his second season back at USC, so it takes time to really start to recruit and get players in the style that you want in this conference. Now Moore spinning no good. There's a rebound. Jones again. That second effort will get her more playing time.
Yeah, she has had just the last 3 possessions down, just some killer second efforts, grabbing those offensive rebounds, keeping the play alive, and here able to get to the free throw line, get her team a chance to put another 2 on the board before the end of this quarter.
First free throw good for Asia Jones. Brother Isaiah played hoops at Detroit Mercy. Gets them both. Desiree Caldwell will check in, 24 in black for USC, and now some full court pressure from the Trojans.
Yeah, they just want to make sure you don't give up anything easy before the end of the quarter. Don't want to get any momentum for this Utah team.
Bean gets the shot off, but cannot connect, and that will do it for quarter number 1. Little surge at the end for the Trojans, and we've seen a lot of survivors here. It's always fun and kind of an emotional game, I think.
Yeah, it was really cool. They had survivors run out and get introduced like they were in the starting lineup for Utah. It was really a cool event.
Absolutely. So glad you could be with us for this one. A lot going on this weekend. These are important matchups. Out of the break, it's Gilton connecting. That's a good sign. They need to get her and somebody else to get going.
And that's a very dangerous 1-2 combination over there. You've got Huff on the block, and you've got Drew Gilton on the wing, and she can either toss it in there, or if you sag off her, she'll knock it down, and you kind of have to pick your poison.
USC is a scary, difficult team to scout. They have so many different options. There's one right there, and she has come to play. Mariya Moore, another hoop for her.
Well, they're so athletic, and they can run the floor so well, and every single one of them can shoot on any given night. So you never know who's going to get hot, and so you kind of have to just hope that the one you're guarding is not the one that knocks down the 3.
Mariya Moore is 4 for 4, 11 points for her as Huff takes the shot off the back of the rim, and USC's going to push. Pass off the mark for the trailing Jones, and Utah's going to look for their own opportunity. Bean, nobody stopping her.
She just saw the opening and just took it right at him. All Utah was back in transition defense, and she just was able to just push it and able to beat the Trojans down the floor.
Got to give the senior Erica Bean a lot of credit for the development of her game. Aaron off the dribble, no good. Here's Moore looking to push. Erica Bean's worked so much on her game, and here she is again. And being aware of, if you're not guarding me, she came up with a career high against Stanford, and they beat the Stanford Cardinal here because she was able to stick some threes on them.
Well, and not just the roll. They did, and just beating Arizona, the Washington schools, and picking up that big win with Stanford and Cal at home. What they're doing is they're winning the games at home. They're protecting their home floor, and the 2 that they've lost have been kind of up at the Oregon schools. That's a really tough place to play against 2 top 10 teams.
It absolutely is. Yeah, they got the win against Stanford prior to that trip, so they beat ranked Stanford at the time, but then they had to go face back-to-back ranked teams on the road, and very good teams in Oregon, Oregon State.
Such is life in the Pac-12.
Exactly. USC and UCLA will be coming in Sunday, not ranked, but they play like ranked teams. They're teams that have been ranked, obviously, as Gilton out of the timeout, another dagger.
Well, and if they played in any other conference, they probably would still be ranked because they had a great non-conference schedule. They did not lose very many games, and then they come into Pac-12, and you're playing some really good teams. And so they're not necessarily as bad as maybe your record indicates. They're much better teams.
Mariya Moore right back at you with the 3, ties it back up. Yeah, they had only lost USC 1 game in non-conference, and that was to ranked Texas A&M, and then they went on 0-5 skid in the Pac-12. Part of that, though, they had multiple injuries. Mariya Moore was injured. We mentioned that Aaliyah Mazik was out part of that time. 2 players were out to start conference play. Huff takes it inside.
Yeah, and they've just started to kind of put it all together. They had an amazing game against UCLA where just, shots started falling, and it's turned on from there. And again, they're in every game they're playing. It's just sometimes the other team gets the better of them at the very, very end.
Excellent read by Jatavia Tapley on the drive. Lost the defender and kept going. Moore as well.
That was a really nice take. She hit that gap between those two defenders so nicely and was able to just put the ball on the floor, control her body, able to get some nice English with that right hand.
Kiana Moore, the junior out of Fairfield, playing for her grandmother. She's a breast cancer survivor. The and one, though, opportunity for Kayla Overbeck.
You gotta love Kayla Overbeck. She does some great things. She's so physical and so dominant inside. She gives you some great energy as a post player, and I know she loves it when she gets that foul, that and one, gets the free throw line.
Transfer out of Vanderbilt just last year was granted immediate eligibility. They had a coaching change at the program. And so a big plus for Mark Track and USC as she's been eligible to play right off the bat. He said she reminds him of a lefty Kristen Simon. Kristen Simon graduating last year. She was the leading scorer and rebounder from a year ago. But that's some pretty good praise.
That definitely is, but I can totally see that. She's aggressive, she's fearless, she takes it to the rack just strong, and she puts her head down, and just a physical presence down low.
She just a little bit of everything and gets the three-point play. Edwards working it inside against Moore, can't get it.
That was some great defense by Moore, just moving her feet, staying straight out, and not fouling on the play.
Tapley's three, no good. Extra effort Overbeck.
Talk about a Kristen Simon play. That right there, she said, give me that rebound. I am getting 2 points out of this possession.
I'm with you on that. Absolutely. 3-point USC lead. Quick pass and the kick.
She's scoring threes. That was a field goal right there.
The pace has been fast. Substitutions coming in.
Yeah, she just takes the ball away from Torres on that play and could have gone to the line again with another three-point play. She is just having a fantastic string of possessions.
Gonna get a much-deserved breather. Tapley will come out as well. Aaron tries to get out on Torres. Torres shot just not quite there yet on this one.
She does a nice job. All this, we talk about how USC has everyone that can shoot. Utah has a lot of versatility at their post player position too.
Quick passing and good spacing for USC. That time it's Asia Jones.
Asia Jones is having a solid game here tonight. She's done a great job offensive rebounding, getting some putbacks, and just now, nice job just being patient and taking her shots as they come.
Guarding a little physical play against Edwards, but Jones gets the board. You're right, she's on the back-to-back 10-point games as Mignon Morgan keeps on running, and Lynn Robbins has seen enough.
You got to get that timeout. You got the Energizer Bunny and Mignon Moore. You don't want her to get going and going and going.
A 9, that slow start to the season. And now they're trying to get back on track. As you said, had some injuries, had players out, and you finally get the pieces, you put it together. It takes a little bit of time.
Well, yeah, and there's no grace period or room for error. When you have big players, big contributors on your team, miss games, it's really hard to win against a team like Oregon.
Nia Becker drives it in, kicks it out, and Torres with the finish. Torres needed that one. She was struggling a little bit.
She did, and that is definitely a shot that she knocks down on a regular basis, so it's nice for her to get that first one to go in, kind of knock the lid off.
But Mariya Moore has an answer.
She has come to play tonight. She is doing on defensive end, offensive end. She is just scoring at will today.
14 points for Mariya Moore, above her average, and a takeaway. Mazik.
We talked about their defense. You cannot fall asleep or get lazy with those wing passes. They are too explosive. They're too quick. They will pick and have a pick two in a second before you can even blink your eye.
Aaliyah Mazik thrives on the steal and the takeaway, and she just had that one there.
It's a very efficient way to score points. If you're being logical.
Torres up and under. The reverse is good.
That three gave her a lot of confidence, able to put the ball on the floor. Nice little reverse layup.
When they line up both teams, Mazik way out behind the arc. That one just short, but both teams shooting lights out. 60% shooting for USC, 56 for the Utes as Gilton drives and she gets fouled.
This crowd is really into it. This is a fun game. A lot of back and forth, sharing the basketball. You see Torres, Utah likes to do that pick and pop, but nice job moving without the basketball. And Drew Gilton's such a great passer, able to recognize that, hitting her for the backdoor cut.
Gilton to the line, already in double figures, 12 points for her, trying to add to it. She's also perfect, 4 for 4. Freshman gets the first. Robert said it's been such a plus to have her. It's as if she has 2 point guards on the floor with Erica Bean, and you don't always have that situation where they can sort of mix and match the 1 guard, the 2 guard spot.
Especially with the basketball IQ that both of them have. Both of them, they're very unselfish. They love to pass, but they can facilitate as well as take advantage of their shots when the offense provides.
Another offensive rebound for Asia Jones, and another chance for USC. I love the aggressiveness of the redshirt sophomore.
Yeah, she really is. Both teams have really come to play. You can just feel the intensity off of the court.
Get to that point where you start to know how many games are really left in the conference season and how important these games really are. Everybody can tell you that the first half's important, but you get to this point and you start to realize that tournament's right around the corner.
Right, and from USC's perspective too, they've got higher expectations than being 3-7 right now in Pac-12. That is not how they see themselves, and that's not how they're going to come out and play every day.
It's a very different team this year for Mark Track. I mean, graduated some key players. 3 key seniors, Jordan Adams, Sadie Edwards, and then Kristen Simon. Brought in some transfer players. Some had sat out. As we mentioned, though, Overbeck was able to play immediately. It takes time to build that chemistry. You throw a few injuries in there, and then you hit Pac-12 play. And it's a little hiccup, but they're potentially going to be able to put it together at the right time. There's Mazik, another takeaway.
And if there's any positive that can come from having an injury to a key player is that you have other people able to get good minutes and get some experience.
Dane, forearm on Mariya Moore. The crowd not happy with the whistle, but you just can't put that arm on the player with the ball.
Nope, you can't.
Hesitation, Mariya Moore. Guess who? Asia Jones with the putback.
She is like on a pogo stick. She's not up and down so quickly on those. She just has a nose for the ball coming off of that offensive rebound.
4 of her 5 boards are offensive boards. Good scrappy D by USC.
She really has made the difference in just the offensive production for this USC team. She's given them a lot of extra attempts at the basket.
Gilton again, 16 points.
That's a quiet 16. I know we've been talking about it. I think she's gotten a lot off of the free throw line, but again, she's gotten a ton of people involved as well.
Gilton almost lost her balance. Hawk could tell immediately that one was off. Good defense with the arm reached up by Asia Jones. Edwards will check back in. Under a minute left here in the first half of play, and what a good one. Thought it would be a good matchup. You just never know. Both teams can do so though. Have 4 to play.
Well, and look at how high the scoring total is. These guys, if they keep it up, they're on pace to almost score 100, both of them.
Mariya Moore guarded by Gilton. Gilton hands up, out of bounds. It's going to stay with USC. Hey, don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. It's our State Farm halftime report coming up. Jack Ferris back in the studios. We'll talk some Oregon softball, the Kajikawa Classic. They got the win today over Kansas. Utah today a winner as well. And then number 3 Oregon, Cal. The preview, Ashley Adamson, Mary Murphy in studio. That's going to be a good one. Don't go anywhere. Some incredible matchups this weekend. And Mariya Moore is going to have to do exactly what she did in their next game as far as pregame meal. Whatever it is, it's working for her. She sticks it. She's got 16.
Definitely is. She came out just on fire and has not let up.
quarter back in. Utes are going to try to cut into this 8-point deficit. Nice screen from Huff. They can't get it to her. 4 on the shot clock. Puts it up, can't get it, batted around, and with 2.8 left in the half, it's going to go the other way.
And that's something that SC has really done a nice job of in this second quarter, is adjusting the way they're playing Huff. They're really putting pressure on the rest of the Utah team.
So it was 2.8 on the clock, and it was USC basketball, but the officials saying turn the shot clock off. They're going to put it back to 2.8 and 3 inbound. Mariya Moore at the half-court line and cannot get it. That is the end of the first half of play, and it was back and forth, multiple lead changes, but the finish here at half is U.S. transition. That was a big focus coming into this one for Coach Track, as he had told us earlier today, and it still is the thing that really stands out to him. Both coaches want a little better defense. It's a high-scoring game. I guess you can see why.
It is. From a fan standpoint, it's really fun. It's a fun game to watch, but defensively, they're just not really keeping people in front of them, and it's a track meet out there. They're just running up and down the floor.
Already a quick hoop for USC and a great start to quarter number 3, and now a takeaway.
And again, you've got Mariya Moore just in the mix on both of those possessions, scoring on the offensive end and helping to get a steal on the defensive end.
Good second effort there from Mazik. Leah Mazik with the putback.
And that was the big difference maker in the first half, was those putbacks. Everything else was kind of even. Both teams were running up and down the floor, scoring, getting steals. But it was the offensive rebounds by SC that gave them the lead.
And they still haven't had an answer for Drew Gilton, who has a new career high now, 18 points for her.
She did. Again, her basketball IQ so good. Her and Erica Bean do a nice job of just recognizing the openings and just getting to them and scoring layups.
Overbeck squaring up, can't get the shooter's touch. Rebound down to Huff, and Bean's going to lift the push.
Nice decision by Utah not to push it when it's not open.
Huff inside and one.
Sweet pass by Edwards. Nice job. You love it when your post player has that kind of vision. She sees her buddy just cut into the basket. Nice little bounce pass to Huff. Nice finish. You get to see that. She just has her back to her. She sees her moving the entire time. Able to just do that nice little drop in the middle of the paint. Pretty pass.
Great communication. Ray Edwards with the assist and the three-point play to Megan Huff. Not only did Lynn Roberts talk about defense, I'm sure, at half, but I have a feeling she talked about, hey, let's find Megan Huff a little bit more as well, our leading scorer. And they looked to her early.
Well, it's good to get her going to the basket. When she struggles, it's when she's relying too much on that three. Teams can key in on her, but when she's going to the basket, she's wide open. She's moving without the basketball. She's able to get some easy twos.
Mariya Moore penetrates in, tried to dump it down to Overbeck, and it's tipped out of bounds. Mariya Moore guarded by Gilton, in and out. That one won't fall. Edwards going to bring it up. Oh, dribbles it off her foot though. As she felt the contact from Mazik.
That's a tough play for Brianna Edwards. She's got the ability, the ball handling ability as a post player to take it and push the ball, but she's got to slow down a little bit, understand you don't have the numbers, kick it out to the point guard.
Frustration for the Utes, not the way they wanted to start up this third quarter, and an aggressive drive. Mariya Moore adding to her totals.
And there she is. She's just using her size against these smaller guards of Utah. Drew Gilton does a nice job of staying straight up, but she's just no match for Mariya Moore, who just puts her shoulder into her and is able to get that layup.
Moore takes one way, instead a travel called against her. A break for the Utes, because everything else is going pretty well for Mariya Moore.
That was a nice little fake. Just gets a little bit too many steps and needs to keep her feet still. Still a nice thought in transition.
Edwards guarded by Overbeck. She lets Zara take the task against Huff. Edwards left to right and the finish.
You've got to like how she's playing as a freshman. Yeah, she still makes, some freshman mistakes, just trying to do a little bit too much, but you'd rather have that than someone who plays timid.
Oh, my goodness. An and one opportunity for Mariya Moore. She is so quick and just flies her body in and draws the contact.
She is. You see Erica Bean just kind of taking a slight breather, trying to communicate defensively. Mariya Moore takes advantage and just goes right to the rack.
She's up to double digits now. 10 points for her, trying to add to it. Can't get it. Huff fighting for the board. That's Overbeck, keeping it alive, and they'll say jump ball as Edwards was able to get her hands on it. But I love the hustle from Overbeck.
This has been a battle. You've got Overbeck for USC. You've got Trayana Edwards for Utah, scrapping
right there with Huff.